From the English Premier League, La Liga, Serie A to the German FA Cup, K24 TV has proved to be the true home of football. And now the show continues live and direct. Don't miss the season's best. Sisindio Maskania Machampe. Starting tonight, immediately after this live news broadcast, and every Friday thereafter, only on K24 TV. Here is what's coming on K24 Friday Live tonight.
We, as teachers of this country, shall withdraw labor. And the starting time is midnight of 25th of August, before schools open.
Kenya National Union of Teachers issues a fresh strike notice for the 26th of August.
Do not tempt the young people of Kenya too much. They have given you a break to reassess your priorities and get things right. They are shocked that you can't get anything right.
So the young people of Kenya have a right to petition Parliament, have a right to petition State House, have a right to petition any public authority.
Listen to the people's sentiments. A section of members of Parliament warned President William Ruto of the wrath of Kenyans.
Never and never again shall it be that a government of the Republic of Kenya can be formed without the inclusion of all communities.
Nyanza leaders now vow to remain in government even in successive elections. Also coming up, a weather prediction breakthrough with the introduction of 6 new monitoring system stations. Right, our sign language interpreter for tonight is Eve Wangoi. Now, the Kenya National Union of Teachers says the planned industrial action will proceed from the 26th of August. KNUT says TSC is unresponsive and has failed to heed to their demands. Harriet Shumer reports.
The Kenya National Union of Teachers has officially declared that the 26th of August industrial action is on, setting in plan motions to issue a strike notice to Teachers Service Commission, TSC.
I'm today directed to issue a strike notice that the industrial action is on. And we, as teachers of this country, shall withdraw labor. And the starting time is midnight of 25th of August, before schools open on the 26th, until this matter is resolved.
They have pointed fingers at TSC for being non-responsive to their woes.
7 days later, there has neither been an invitation nor reasons given by Teacher Service Commission why the meeting has never materialized. Kenya National Union of Teachers, and I want to state clearly, went further and wrote to the Cabinet Secretary, Labor and Social Protection, on the 14th August, to officially register a labor dispute between the union and the employer.
And in regard to non-remittance of funds to third parties for the last 5 months.
Teachers are bank loans. And for 5 months, where Teacher Service Commission has deducted money to repay the loans, these monies have not reached the banks. Burial schemes and teachers' education funds, equally, no money has been remitted in the last 5 months. The pay slips indicate that this money has been deducted by TSC. Yes. Where is the money?
They have now issued several demands, including the employment of 46,000 GSS teachers and another 20,000 teachers, promotion of 130,000 teachers, remitting of third-party deductions, and implementing the 2021 collective bargaining agreement.
The owners of this union are here.
They have called on TSC to to resolve the medical cover crisis, further expressing worry that the situation could deteriorate following lack of funds. To renew teachers' medical cover come December, 20.7 billion shillings is needed.
Solidarity forever.
Harriet Chimea, K24.
Now, following the industrial action planned by teachers ahead of the school reopening, President William Ruto has directed both Treasury and the Education Ministries to negotiate with teachers' unions to address grievances raised by teachers in efforts to avert the looming strike. Ruto said proper negotiations between the Teachers Service Commission, Kenya National Union of Teachers and the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers will facilitate the implementation of the 2021 collective bargaining agreement pending the planned teachers' strike.
TSC and the teaching fraternity sit together and look at the possibilities of ensuring that we implement our commitment as government so that we avoid unnecessary industrial action in that space and avoid interruptions in our institutions of learning. So that engagement is going to happen, and I want to tell the leadership of all those who are concerned, all the stakeholders, to work together for the interest of our children, respecting also what is due to our teaching fraternity. So we will work with the teachers. I have already given instructions to Treasury to work with the Teachers Service Commission and the leadership.
Now, learning institutions that excelled in the just concluded Kenya Music Festival 2024, of course, got the opportunity to present their winnings items before President William Ruto and other government officials at State House Lodge in Eldoret. In his speech, the president underscored the role of creative arts, music and elocution, of course, saying they are sources of immense national pride and gainful employment for Kenyans with talent. A record 145,000 participants took part in the festival that organizers reckon was one of the most competitive in the recent past. Of course, Timothy Simwa has that story.
The creme de la creme of the Kenya Music Festival 2024 got the opportunity to impress yet on another stage. This time, the winners of the festival that was held at the Moi Girls in Eldoret presented the electrifying performances before President William Ruto and other leaders at the Eldoret State Lodge. From cultural dances to cultural songs showcasing Kenya's rich cultural diversity, others presenting renditions of music cutting across global cultures. President William Ruto says the role of creative arts, music and elocution cannot be overemphasized.
Ladies and gentlemen, the creative arts, music, dance and elocution are not only sources of immense national pride, but also of gainful employment. These industries support jobs in sound engineering, event management, costume design, and more.
Previously, artists have lamented on payment of royalties, and the president agrees the sector needs reforms to make sure it serves the interests of Kenyan artists as opposed to the current state.
I'm very happy that the Minister for Youth and Creative Economy has said that more money will be going to the artists and less to the agencies. It is my position and direction that 80% of those resources should go to the artists. At the moment, as less as 20% gets to the artists.
Dr. Ruto also used the occasion to announce that Kenya has been invited to present its cultural diversity in Germany next month.
Kenya has been given the opportunity by the German government to be the country to showcase our culture next month in Germany.
The organizers of the music festival have termed this year's competition as one of the most competitive after attracting at least 145,000 participants.
During this time, we had a total of slightly over 145,000 students participate in this festival from all the regions, the 8 regions, 47 countries.
Timothy Simwa, K24 TV.
Now, President William Ruto has been castigated for treating the Gen Z revolution centered on economic matters with the old-school political approach by his formation of a broad-based cabinet. This is according to members of parliament drawn from different political parties dubbed Team Ground. The MPs warned President Ruto of the risk of being a one-term president if he fails to meet the demands of the youthful population. As Joel Chacha now reports, the planned 27th protests to dismiss Parliament have been backed by the MPs in the push for good governance.
The move by President William Ruto to form a broad-based government has been termed as one which lost touch with the demands of the youthful Kenyan population.
I don't understand why he got his wisdom from by bringing us a political solution to an economic problem and a social and injustice problem.
Instead of him finishing old projects, he's now going for new. Everything is new. Everything is new. And he has no money. So where is this obsession coming from? And by the way, I sympathize with my new Minister for Energy. Atarudi kwa hiyo gari pale juu, ataanza kuambia wananchi, huyu wadai nilimpatia kazi ya kuweka stima, nikaenda nikalaunch stima, lakini yeye hakufanya kazi. Wandai is actually cooked. Huyu wa treasury amepatiwa treasury na ni sufuria ambayo ilikuwa na na stew lakini imelambwa, hakuna.
The Team Ground political outfit with members of parliament from all major political parties, led by Embakasi East legislator Babu Owino and his Githunguri counterpart Gathoni Mushomba, has warned President William Ruto that he will go on record as a one-term president despite the early campaigns he has kick-started.
Defeating you, Mr. Ruto, in 2027 will be easier than reciting vowels. Any living thing that is capable of locomoting or moving from one place to the other will defeat you in 2027. Even if you take a goat and dress the goat and put it on the ballot, will defeat you in 2027.
As you listen, even in the corridors, in parliament, how people, they reel them when they talk. That president is on his own. Even people who are getting there, that they are going to help, they know very well that that ship is sinking.
The attempt to sneak back clauses of the contentious Finance Bill 2024 or introduce new tax measures which are punitive has also been opposed, with the latest being toll centers on major Kenyan roads.
If you want to put toll stations all over, please build the new roads and put the toll stations instead of putting toll stations already in roads already constructed.
Understand that, Ruto, we know you very well. You don't respect human beings, maybe because of your background. You did botany. We know that when we give you a leave, you are only concerned about stomata. That is why you want to plant 10 billion trees. You are concerned about the apex of a leaf, the midrib, the stalk of a leaf, the stomata, the chlorophyll, and the pollination of a plant. And grafting. So honestly, respect human beings.
They are further backing the planned 27th this month protest, seeking dismissal of parliament, while also calling for compensation of victims of police atrocities.
It really defeats me to imagine that this country has lost value for life. We are talking about more than 50 people who have been killed, who lost their lives, and we are treating this casually, like nothing happened.
So the young people of Kenya have a right to petition parliament, have a right to petition State House, have a right to petition any public authority if they feel that it is necessary to do so.
Joel Chacha, K24 TV, Nairobi.
Now, Energy CS Opiyo Wandayi now says Nyanza region will no longer be an opposition region. Speaking during his Thanksgiving ceremony, the recently appointed CS said including opposition leaders in the broad-based government will go a long way in uniting the country. And as Brian Amwai reports, Opiyo said moving forward, the government's formation should focus on making every community feel properly represented.
A Thanksgiving ceremony to celebrate the appointment of Opiyo Wandayi as Energy Cabinet Secretary. Broad-based government politics took center stage in Ugenya, Siaya County. New CS Energy Opiyo Wandayi vowing to work together with President William Ruto, lauding the move to include the opposition in government.
Never and never again shall it be that a government of the Republic of Kenya can be formed without the inclusion of all communities, and especially the community of the Luo people. That we are most grateful to His Excellency President William Samoei Ruto for making a bold decision to constitute a broad-based government in which every community of this country feels accommodated and represented.
The second thing which I want to say now in English is that the government is only bad if you are not part of it. If you are outside, you don't have anybody who is representing your interest in that government does not talk to you, that government is bad. But the moment that government has your people inside, the way Mbadi is inside and Raymond Omolo and my brother Opiyo Wandayi, the government cannot be bad. The government now is good. Now the government is good.
The ODM leaders, however, say despite the formation of the broad-based government, they will continue agitating for the issues raised by the Gen Z during demonstrations.
And in the same vein, we are most grateful to our leader Raila Amolo Odinga for making a bold decision to allow ODM to send its members to sit in the executive, to sit in the government of President William Samoei Ruto.
Brian Amwai, K24.
K24 Sports News, powered by Mozart Bet.
Daily Jackpot. Milioni 20 kila siku.